Rockefeller, yo. Marcy.
Add a couple of dollar signs to my name.
Rockefeller, yo.
Waiting for my day to come. Just give me.
What's up, man? Goodness gracious. It is Friday. It's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. We've been talking about this for a couple days, and we got my boy Joseph Murphy on your very first podcast, right? Very first podcast?
Yeah, I don't do any of this stuff, the live stuff, your guys' stuff.
No, me either, man.
Yeah, right. Look at, you're on air. You're on air right now.
No, we are on air. We got the best in the biz, man. The best in the biz, Joseph Murphy. We also have someone else going on here. Excuse me for 1 second. Hey, Lyra. Paul Barrera. We also got another friend on here. Look here. It's Michael Zuzack.
That's right.
What's up, Zuzack?
Up.
Man, we had a little technical difficulties getting Zuzack on there. I guess it must have been, one of those little Facebook glitches or something like that. What's been going on, brother?
Me?
Yeah, is this the man cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the man cave. Cool, man. Well, hey, I'm glad I got you guys on here, man. It's been an interesting week. I actually met up with Scott from Holodynamics yesterday, and we went around the town, and he was showing me these brand new products that are new for 2024. And I have to say, they were keeping it a secret, and they were really kind of not wanting to share it with you. Only a few select certain people. But man, I'm telling you, it's pretty exciting to see what's going on. I've actually talked Eric Turkelson into actually revealing that on this show in about maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes. But, it's something to look forward to. But Murphy, man, tell me what's going on, man. You got all the lights down or what's up?
Come on, you know how it goes. No,
Half of them?
We got a lot of them down. Actually, this is like the fastest we've ever taken lights down. I feel like after all these years, I finally got it dialed in. But really, we got a really good group of people that work for us and work with us. So, but man, there's a lot of lights. A lot of times right in around Christmas time, you're unwrapping presents with the family, and you just get this, like, every year I get this like little impending doom feeling, like, how much do I have out on properties and how much do I got to get back in? And it's like, there's a lot of work left to be done, So,
bro, this was like the toughest year for us for takedown. And, I don't know if it's the circle clips, not to give like a shout out to circle clips, but before circle clips, you couldn't just yank the lights down because you had to go up there and get the clips that stayed on the gutter. But now that you have circle clips, most people are like, well, shit, I can just take it down from the street. So they're sitting here yanking the freaking gutters down, and customers are calling. I mean, I must have had 30 or 40 customers this year call, say, hey, Javier's out here and he's just yanking the lights down. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like the fifth freaking call. I mean, and I know you can kind of just give it like a little whip and you can whip them off, but the customers ain't liking that. But it's nice having the clips, come off with the, with the lights. But we've been dealing with that too. What was Zuzack? You took all your lights down too, huh?
Yeah, man.
We had like 5 or 6, 10. What'd you have?
I did what, 12 this year, and I could have done more. I just didn't want to. It was just too. I just got overwhelmed. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be, like I said, 2 years ago when I was pitching it here, they weren't having it. And all of a sudden, they just, it just exploded. And I was like, damn, I didn't really know. I was always like missing material and running back and forth. And I was like, all right, I just want to be finished before Christmas. And
you think it was like the new tattoo that helped close the deals?
Maybe. But,
what you got? What's new?
He's got the neck piece, right?
Yeah,
let's see the neck. Hold on, let me get a zoom up on this thing. Yeah, he's got the neck piece.
Yeah.
Right before he went to China, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah! Hey Murphy, he just got back from China. Like, he's like, or he's meeting with people and getting his products honed and everything, right?
Well, that's the thing. I've been a fan of Mike there for a while, and I've been watching you. You're good content. Number one, it's entertaining, but number two, it's also it's good. It's good stuff. So one thing you were saying is just like, I remember people commenting, and they're like, "Man, that's kind of expensive to go over there." Because even for me, I'm like, poor kid mentality, and it's kind of like, well, how much is it? Because I didn't travel as a kid and stuff like that. And you're like, actually, it's not that bad, you guys. And you're you put up in a good hotel and everything else, but you're investing into yourself. So I thought it was pretty cool that you kind of just laid it out for people. Like it's, if you really want it, just go get it and put the effort towards it. But it's really not that big of an investment because you're investing into yourself. And that's the stuff that gets me excited. You know what I mean? It's that kind of event, so.
Zuzack told me a story. He said back when he was first starting, before he was really even doing anything, he had some shirts that says, "I'll see your 500, raise you 1,000."
Oh yeah,
Tell me about that one, dude.
They're in the closet in there too. Yeah.
No way, dude.
Oh
Tell
yeah.
me a story about that one.
Well, that's the thing is, I think that's one of the first times I really kind of noticed. And then you made a comment and you said, and it's on the shirt. It says like, "I see your 500 and I'll raise you 1,000" or something like that. And it's basically like saying, and at that time, to be honest with you, in the distribution world with Christmas, I kind of saw a lot of the same similarities. So you kind of sympathize with somebody like that because, you're not getting dealt the best hand and kind of people are really making it hard for you when inevitably you thought you'd be almost welcomed in, and saying like, "Oh, we'll push together and we'll mentor and all that stuff." It's just not that way. We all know it's not that way. And so I was like, he made that comment and I put the comment in the Facebook thing. I said, "You should make that into a t-shirt." And he said something to the effect of like, "Maybe if people want it," right? Like, I get it. It's an idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Dude, I'll order 30 right now from all my crews." And so that's what we did. We got the famous, pink that you were sporting back in the day and everything.
Yeah.
And but for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October, with us installing and having that and all our crews represented, all that kind of mentality that, even if you get a little resistance or whatever, a little adversity, that just keep doing what your mission is and your core values are and just uphold it. And so that's kind of the mission I was saying to all our crews. They were kind of picking up and they're like, "What is this? It doesn't have Murphy Christmas on it." I'm like,
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's the principle behind it of what this guy's trying to do. I think we need to try to support people that are trying to break barriers. And so that's why we did it.
Hell yeah, man. Well, you were like the first person to, support Zuzack. He was telling me the story the other day and he was like, "I'm going to tell you a story about Murphy. Back when I wasn't nothing, he bought like 30, 40 shirts for me. He really got me on my feet, got me going." I was like, "What? Get out of here." Like, for real, dude.
But you feel the passion from other people. And when you start seeing people really, really trying, and you see things on social media, but on the back burner is, that, people putting in countless hours and stuff like that. And I can see it. And so when I see people do that kind of grind and the hustle on that aspect is, you kind of deserve more coming to you when you put the work into it. Good work. Right. And so from what I was seeing is you were with the core drilling at the TikTok, you were mixing the pot for sure. And everybody kind of was like, almost needed, like they contemplated in their business if they should start doing TikTok and stuff. But when they saw you kind of going, they're like, maybe I need to get on social media a little more, So
yeah. That's the thing about me. Like I was always, even to this day, man, I've always been welcoming with information. I'm not one of the guys who will harbor shit. And like the same thing sharing with the Chinese stuff. It was like, people just get scared because it's halfway across the world. But at the end of the day, it's not as bad as you think. And I could have been like one of those people who's like, "Oh, don't go to China. These people are this and that." But no, it wasn't. I'll tell you what it's really like in my real experiences and stuff. And it was a good experience. I've always been like that. So, I think the hardest part in any industry is when you're starting out, but when you're just a contractor, and you're just, you're buying things and you're putting up lights, and you can always make all the friends in the world and you can be friends. And I'll never forget the advice the guy gave me. He's like, because in the beginning I was, cool with everybody. And the guy was like, "Mike, you're not going to be able to be friends with everybody." And I was like, "Man, there's always a way to be cool, And
Sounds
I
familiar.
learned very quickly that as soon as I got out of that just contractor mentality, and where faces started popping up and things started happening, and then that's why I made the video, and Joseph supported that. And the reason I make those videos and stuff is because there's other people that aspire to do the same things, right? And other people that want to sell stuff, other people that might change a little bit of their tone of how they do business. So I share those so they can see kind of what I'm going through, and also see that, I just keep going and just to what to expect. You know what I mean? Like, don't get these false expectations. Like it's all good and great. You're gonna deal with a lot of bullshit.
Well, before we get too far, I will say that, on the bottom left-hand corner, you will see that there's a parental advisory sticker right there. And there may be some things said. I'm serious. If you have kids watching, most of our videos you can listen to and kids can listen to them, but this one's not one of those videos, just telling you like that. There's going to be some cuss words in this one. And if you're someone who you get your feelings hurt very easily, you might want to turn this off. You know, I don't want to hear a bunch of people saying, hey, man, well, I can't believe Ron said this or Joseph said that or Mike said this. I'm just letting you know, if you have kids listening, turn it off. This is not for kids. It's a little parental advisory sensitivity on this video, if I can just say that. Right. But anyway, going into that one, man, I seen you on Facebook, bro. And what was it like? I was telling Laura, it's like, God, man, it's like 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago. Michael's going off on Facebook. I mean, what's up, dude? You all right?
Man, you know, I've been holding stuff in for a while since I started. So, you know, to get into the deep discussion of this AOLP thing, I had issues.
What is that? What is that? I didn't even know what that is.
It's like an outdoor. I mean, what is it? Outdoor Lighting Professionals Group Association or something. I can't. Okay. Whatever.
Something like that.
Yeah. And what they do is they have boards members, and what they do is they get members to join. You pay a yearly cost or whatever. And they hold events and they show vendors and you network and stuff like that, and trainings, and you take tests to learn low voltage and stuff like that. And for the most part, I mean, as an installer side, I find it's cool. I mean, I've met a lot of great people, just members, and hung out, and it was cool networking, and they have some nice wining and dining and stuff, and but they have there's people, like I said, on the board they have a lot of close ties, business, politics and relationships, and for the most part, when I started sharing my videos,
oh shit, not good.
What happened?
Oh, hey, so for the most part, when I was sharing my videos,
there's the explicit advisory right there. Like,
yeah, oh shit, not good. Now what happened, bro? I seen it like Ryan was like, "Hey, man, this ain't the place for this kind of stuff or whatever." I mean, it just happened like 2 hours ago. I mean, what's the deal, bro?
Yeah, no, but I just, I've been brewing on it for a while, but it's just like it just kept adding up, that. And so when people are like, "Hey, man, that stuff was like from 2021," I was like, "That's when it started." I'm just because I've been talking about this for a while. So I was like, you know what? People think I need to have receipts, right? I'm going to show you that what I'm saying. I'm not just saying this for any personal gain. I'm not saying this because I'm trying to get any type of whatever on. I've been saying this for a while, so now I have the receipts to prove it, that I'm not full of it. You know what I mean? So that's why I put the receipts out there and let people know, like, hey, this is what it is. And what I'm hoping is, the ALPs keep saying they want new members and stuff like that. I'm hoping they make some changes, because if you act like that and you treat people like that, it's not going to work out like that. You know what I mean?
So hey, man, speaking of working out, man, I want to share something with you. This is something I was looking at on Facebook right now.
Love something, and when you love something, you move different, and when you move different, that makes you unique, and when you're unique, that means you become more valuable, and when you're more valuable, you make more money.
I love that, bro. That's smooth. That's your new it's like it's a garage warehouse and stuff that you have right now going on.
Yeah, it's just a little start, little, something so people can pull up, pick up.
No, it looks good, man. I mean, I don't know, but some people maybe started with a bunch of seed money. I don't know. Joey, he's just self-made millionaire starting out, right, Joey?
Here's the thing.
Starting off at your house office, and you just have a little shed or a storage unit, or, you're barely getting started off. That's how I can identify with that. I can identify with, hey, what's our advertising budget? Nothing. Zero. Okay, well, how are we going to make our company look like this big ass company? It's like, it's going to take some time, man. You probably should just give up now. You're probably not going to ever get there, but you just start like chipping off little pieces. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you got this little, oh man, I got me a little, a man cave, a little office going on. And oh, boom, I got me a concrete pad down. Oh, boom, I got me a 2-car garage down. Oh, hey, I got me some shelves put in this thing. And then, hey, now I got customers pulling up. And then it just starts from there, man. And then it turns into like a whole nother thing. But man, you're doing it, man. You're believing in yourself. And I seen this other video too. Check this one out.
That you must take. You gotta have that mindset that quitting is not an option. Give up? Who, me? Never. Stop? Who, me? Never. That's for the next guy. That's for the next girl. But not me. Why? Because I don't quit. That ain't how I do it. That ain't how I roll. I never give up.
You must understand that there will come a time in your life that circumstances are going to challenge you no matter what you do, but you must never give up.
Don't let the obstacles discourage you and make you believe that it's not meant to be.
Sometimes when we do these like motivational things, really we're like talking to ourselves. You know what I mean? It's like, I need to hear this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, it's
Yeah,
just,
so-
That's the thing, though. I see like the $100 bill floor mat and stuff on there. You know, that it's this stuff when you walk in is like what motivates you, and then you get to see a perspective of what motivates you. You know what I mean? This is your space and everything. And so, but Ron was saying about like the warehouses, all this other stuff, and trying to scale it. Man, it's
Ashley Bowser. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Ashley's real cool. I met her this past year. She was man, smart lady for sure. But from it is adding and just investing into yourself is that's one thing that just, you know, that's what we do here at Murphy Christmas Lighting is every time we get money, we just dump it back into the business. It's there's a lot of money that gets thrown around, and we can go on lavish vacations or something like that. But our mission, our mindset, and investing into yourself. So when I see people investing into their companies themselves, I mean, it speaks volume, but I think we do it a little too much. Like sometimes you got to take a little sliver and enjoy life, you know. But, yeah, so I like seeing you develop the new warehouses and stuff and expanding. And the other thing is doing it healthy. You know what I mean? Because you can do it pretty unhealthy. You can shoot for the moon and then the financial risk and all that kind of stuff, do leaps and bounds. But if you can do it healthy and make it look easy, that's success to me. It's not about the warehouse space for sure. Like how big is, like, what are we doing here? You know, how many properties you do, how much, no, it's who cares about gross? It's about net, you know, and that net revenue and then what you do with it and give it to your people and build a team and stuff like that. That's pretty powerful. You know?
Yeah. So Zuzack, what's going on, man? You going to you have like some kind of training thing coming up?
Yeah, I'm going to doing one in Haven from February 4th to the 9th. So they did it. They built a pretty, you know, I don't know if you guys already know, they have like an indoor.
I seen it on pic. Murphy was there recently, or not that long ago, but
crazy.
Murphy, you was teaching there, right?
Yeah, we went there to their innovative lighting conference, like, you know, intelligent kind of lighting, because that's what they do is RGB. But when they kind of launched it and announced it, we went there and we did a decorative construction. We did a roof safety rope lift like course on it or whatever. But same thing like what Zuzack's pushing and everything else is kind of, you know, that the what this is and what people think it is. It's essentially, that's why we labeled it decorative construction.
Oh, right here, right there.
Oh yeah. What was that? Letter L on the keyboard, and you just pop that up?
No. This is letter A right here. That's the 2-day course with Murph. But anyway, sorry.
but what it is it's just like what we're all pushing. I think that's what it is you get these training courses and you see it, but it's this like spec-driven thing. It's not just core drill. Oh, we put a drill in the ground. There's so much behind it. There's so much to it. This really should be like a profession. Like when we go to hire people and everything else is what's your background, but you're not going to say, oh, I have a degree in this and it fits what we do. You know what I mean? So a lot of times as you're teaching these other people to do things and you're looking for these avenues of a spec-driven approach to like really succeed, not just like, here's how you make a connection, but like, how do you really create profits and build a team and stuff like that. And kind of what we wanted to be told early days and all of our failures, and then we can shorten the learning curve. So Haven had, you know, we've been a big supporter of them for years, and we pushed a lot of their products. 90% of our landscape lighting is Haven, you know, but they have a great facility, and with Zuzack and stuff going in there and teaching that more spec-driven approach to it. I mean, there's Rob and Chris. I mean, great guys, very calm, smart business dudes, you know, and they definitely scaled up their facility. And I got excited when I was in there. You know, it's a giant playground for landscape lighting. It's pretty cool. That
thing's bad to the bone. It's probably the nicest indoor landscape lighting facility I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, Zuzack, he's in that world. But
what was it like, Zuzack? You go over there and they're courting you, right? Because, you know, you're just not some average guy. You're a social media influencer. So, you know, Rob and Chris are like, man, I just got to see. So he goes down to Tampa. he like fires up the cigar and you guys are hanging out, smoking cigars together. And he's like, you know, hey man, I'd really like to get you up here to Haven. And so they get you in there, they get you behind the booth. How's all that thing work? What's the story with that?
Actually, man, yeah, I kind of reached out to them, man. Like it was kind of like how everything got turned is, I kind of Chris had mentioned to me about a class, but I
Mhm.
had some other things in mind. Like I said, I needed help with selling the Z Flex stuff. So
Sure.
I called him up and I said, hey, I got a hypothetical question for you, he's gonna say no or he's gonna say yeah. It don't matter, right? So
Yeah.
I asked him, and he said, okay. So when he's like, you know what, I'm gonna be in Tampa, we'll talk. He came down to Tampa, we talked, and he was just like, well, what's going on? What's the issue and stuff? And I was like, well, my biggest problem is I have people that want to buy, but I'm straight up. I'm selling stuff out of my garage, and some guys want to buy 150 fixtures, and I just don't have that, Or if I have that, they're worried like, well, how's he gonna warranty it, Because I'm still in my garage.
Right.
So I didn't have like the look or the logistics. I still had locals and stuff, but I couldn't go bigger, because I just didn't have that. So I told him that, and I honestly just expected him to tell me, ah, man, whatever. Because I've asked plenty of people the same question. I've asked like maybe 6 other people, and they're like, whatever. So I
Mhm.
asked him, and I said, I can get it. You know what I mean? I can get the people. I just need more help with logistics. I don't have the money like that. So he sat there and he said, all right, and I was like, what? Nah, and I asked him, and I said, why? I said, why are you helping me? You don't need me. You don't need me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can do plenty of stuff by yourself.
Sure. What is it
And from
about
what he's
me that
told
you
me,
like, dude? Yeah.
huh? Yeah, he was like
You're asking
from
like, what is
from
it about me? What's up with me? Why me?
yeah, yeah. I was like, because I mean, I've heard a lot of shit from a lot of people, and I don't take
Yeah.
things for easily. I'm like, whatever, But so I was just curious to see what he said, and he said, Mike, I could do it by myself, but from what we have worked out and from helping you, I think we can just both work together and just be easier, I was like, let's just try it, And I was like, okay, I was like, let's do it. So then we talked about the classes and stuff like that. And actually, when I went to Kentucky, they didn't invite me to Kentucky. I went to the GIE purposely, and I
Invited
would hit
yourself.
them. Huh?
You invited yourself?
Yes. Yeah. I wanted to see if he was serious. So I was like, if
Hmm.
I'm in Kentucky, I'm gonna hit him up and see. I'm gonna say, Chris, you want to come by? See if he was like, nah, I'm too busy or whatever. So I
Yeah.
did. So I hit him up, and he was like, come on by. Yeah, this and that. So that's when we made that video and stuff, and we did the walkthrough. Then that's kind of how I knew he was serious. So like that's what some
So
people don't understand. Like I will go out of my way to find out shit. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna wait. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And just like I went to China and stuff, I wasn't invited to China, but you got to make things happen. You know what I mean? And
So you just
sometimes
went there just to go there, right?
and I wanted
You
to
just
go to
you
the
just went to
GIE.
China just to go to China?
No, well, no. I plan. I told them over there like, hey, I want to go over there. And they're
Yeah.
like, really? And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, cause I mean, we talk to face on the phone a lot, but I want to have an actual personal conversation and stuff. And they were like, all right, if you come, whatever. And they were really really nice to me, man.
No, you can
Took
say
me
the F
out.
word. That's okay, man. I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah, man. What are you saying, Doc?
yeah, they were really, hey,
He gave the
they,
PSA.
I know. No, Mike, hey,
yeah,
come on. Can we get on the same page here? So basically,
yeah.
you're trying to sell Zuzack products, Z-Flex products. You're taking fixtures, you're spray painting the Z on
Yeah.
there, and you're putting them in houses. You got some small operation. You're trying to get bigger, but you don't have the finances to do it. And you don't have any investors to help you out. So Chris and Rob from Haven, they said, hey, man, I tell you what, we're going to help you manufacture these products. We're going to help you warehouse these products, and we're going to help you distribute these products, and you can sell these products through us. They're helping you out in that way, right?
Yes.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
And then,
That's nice.
and then
That's nice of them, man.
it is. And then I went to China to make sure a couple other things I've gotten made exclusively that were gonna stay exclusive, And
Yeah. Well, if it says
talk some other
Z-Flex, it's got to be exclusive, right?
well, yeah, and some other fixture designs and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure that they stayed where they need to stay,
Yeah.
But on top of that, meeting the owners, the general managers and stuff like that, getting a a personal feel in relationships a lot is way different, and it was really cool. Like I thought I don't drink liquor, right? So they were like, "You want to try? You want some white wine?" I was like, "Sure, I'll take some white wine." I love
Yeah.
white wine.
Did you get all fucked
I
up?
didn't know there was like it was 55% proof like rice liquor, and I should know that because I'm Korean.
Oh,
But I
rice
didn't know it.
liquor. That's inappropriate.
So it was 55. No, it is. It's a rice.
Well,
It's
that
like a
was sake,
rice.
right? Sake?
No. It's like 10 times stronger than sake. I don't know what it was, but
Rice liquor.
it's
Wow.
55 proof, 55% alcohol.
Wow.
So it's like their version of moonshine. So as soon as I stuck it to my nose, I smelled gasoline. And I was like, oh, damn. I got to take the shot with the guy because it's going to be disrespectful,
Yeah,
So I
right.
took it, and I already felt a little buzz and warm, and they wanted to do some more, and I was like, no. I was like, it's not gonna get any more professional after this. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
perfectly
no.
honest with you. Let's
We're
not.
putting the
let's
word
not
professional
do
and Michael Zuzack together in here, right? And then
it.
add a little
Yeah,
rice wine, and then
yeah. So that's that. So it was cool. It was
yeah.
cool.
Well, Dal, I definitely want to talk to you more about that Chinese trip, man. I know that was something else, but so Murph, man,
Yeah, it's
the biggest
go ahead.
Christmas light distribution, the biggest, Christmas light installation and RGB stuff and all the stuff you do, adding it up. No one's doing it like that. Not, I mean, maybe one little thing, but not all those things, man. Why don't you have more gray hair, bro? I mean,
No,
well, no, I mean, I'm talking about the beard. I'm talking about the beard here. The beard.
Actually, you know what is you bring that up, but the crazy thing about it is like, so I haven't been an Apple Watch or a smartwatch person for a long time. And then this past year, my
Just
wife
got
was
it.
like, you probably should get one. It makes your life a little easier, especially when you're busy, whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So then I got it, and then it wasn't working on my wrist and I was like, when I go to work out and stuff, is I got tattoos, and so it actually like the stuff, the sensors with the watch is if you have tattoos and that pigment and stuff, it won't pick up your workout, and it'll shut off your workout. So I wear it on my left wrist, and I'm like, now I got to wear it on my right wrist. Crap. And so I got that, but then I got a notification like 15 minutes before I came on here, and I never got it before, and it said, hey, you're trending on your heart rate. It lowered. And so I was like, I made a couple changes for 2024 to be like, hey, I want to live that healthy lifestyle. Cause you're like,
Sure.
Great here, right? Like the stress of all this is like, people
you want to go back to the Joey that was all big and buff and all physically
right.
fit, right?
Little
Yeah.
firefighter,
2 years ago type shit.
2 a days, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But now I'm doing 2 houses a day with Christmas lights, and it changes. But look at this. This is real data, and I'm a data person, right? Like that's how we grow our businesses and be smart. I don't know if people don't track that stuff. I don't even know how you're successful because I track it and I feel like I'm stumbling, But for the past 15 days, this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you look at it, it was 63, and then look at around right when I made some changes about the 7th or 8th, it went to 55 over the week. And I'm like, so that's what technology can kind of do, and a lot of technology is coming out, but it is a stressful business, and especially the level that we're trying to do it at and stuff. And that's one thing is, especially with what we were doing, we changed a lot of things up for 2024, and it's about our core values and our mission. And that sounds so cliche. And I didn't have mission and core values for 6 years of doing business. I didn't have that. It was like, let's get to work. Let's hustle. You know what I mean? But that's not what it's about. It's about, staying on track to what you're trying to achieve. And so when a lot of ventures that we were doing and stuff is you go down a path, and then, you invest into it, and you feel like you can't get out because you invested so much into these things. But really, you can get out. You have a choice. Everything's a choice. And when you look at it, is your health, your resting heart rate, and all that stuff, making a healthy lifestyle. Because with firefighting, when I left firefighting and paramedicine and stuff like that, is I had a lot of times I was part of an organization. Like you talk about AOLP and stuff like that. They're an organization, and you should capitalize on it if you can capitalize on it. But really, when you get into organizations, you don't really see them for what they are until you really get into there. So in the fire service, it was a lot like that. Is you show up to a department, you start seeing these things. And the number one rule I have is that this shit is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. I'm supposed to enjoy it. And if you aren't, then you need to change things up. And that's what we've been doing in 2024. Is it got stressful there the past 2 years, and a lot of things happening within the market. Even the Christmas light industry, man, just set ablaze, really, in an exploding industry. And a lot of changes happening, especially, since COVID and manufacturing, producing things, get them imported in. But this stuff's supposed to be fun. So at all times we're focused on trying to enjoy work, waking up every day. Do we have a smile on our face? And if that is not it, and that's not part of your mission, you need to stop. You need to go do something else. Get away from it. Money is one thing, but time and enjoying life, you're not going to get it back. So that's what we try to focus on.
True that. Who the hell is G Nation?
G Unit, I don't know, 50 Cent.
I don't know. Someone talking shit on Facebook. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, G Nation. G Nation, what's up, man? What's up? Who are you?
I'm not a gangster. I sling Christmas lights. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Gangster? I don't know.
Yeah,
what was the comment?
Yeah. He's talking some smack about Joey over here on Facebook or something. And I'm like, man, who the hell is this, bro? Anyway.
It's a wave of nothingness. It's all good.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see if he comments something back here. Anyway, so
you've been asking us a lot about ourselves. What about Kingdom Radio and Kingdom Christmas Lights and what's going on with Kingdom?
Yeah, well, I appreciate you asking that. I mean, Kingdom Radio, I really thought it wasn't going to do nothing this year, to be honest with you. And
you're going to do nothing all year. That's what you're saying.
Well, last year, man, we went to like trade shows and we interviewed people and we really went through a bunch of stuff, like trying to, create alignments and stuff like that. And, like Transworld, we're not going back to Transworld this year. You?
No, I don't think we'll go either. There's, Germany is going on right now, and that's really cool. I'd like to go over there because it's way bigger. But for what I don't think we can get anything out of it. We went to every single one since 2019. So 2020 was canceled and whatnot, but we've been there. Yeah, I can say that too. It's all good. But
yeah, no, I mean, it's like a bunch of stuff on here. You know what it is. I was trying to delete it on Facebook, or I don't know what it is. But anyway, yeah, the same thing, like going to Transworld and meeting everyone and all your Christmas family and what the deal is and all that kind of stuff. It costs like $4,000 to go there. I mean, how much? I mean, does it cost like something like that to go to China? $5,000-$6,000, and you go there, and yeah, you can party with some people, and you can have a couple drinks and meet up with some friends. But $4,000 or $5,000, as far as like, what do I get? What do I benefit from my business from that investment? This year I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take my wife to Hawaii. And we're just going to Hawaii. So we're leaving, like in the next 2 weeks. We're just going for a Hawaii vacation for the same price it cost me to go to Transworld. So, some of those things we're going to cut out and some of those things we're not going to do anymore. This year, we're not going to follow around and go from show to show to show. That was last year. And I think we have a lot of influence. But Kingdom Radio, when I was saying I was thinking about not doing anything, I think I might just do some of this, maybe sit at the house and interview some friends and maybe make some connections, but really not sure what we're going to do. But Kingdom Christmas Lights, I'll be honest with you, this year was not as good as it was last year. I feel like there's so many people in the Christmas light industry that are new to the industry, and they're not really bidding the jobs like you would bid them. They don't know the dollars and cents, and you put them up and you warranty and you take them down, and they're doing houses for $300 and $400 and shit like that. And it's tough to compete with that. But there's like hundreds of companies that are charging $300 or $400, to put lights up and stuff. And it's like, there's no way you can compete with that. You have to separate yourself and do something above and beyond. Like maybe have a light bulb that changes colors, or, greenery, wreaths, or RGB, or, you have to do something else. You can't just put on regular old C9 lights. It's not sustainable.
Yeah. That's what we look at is like, as the Christmas industry kind of evolves and stuff like that is, anybody could put C9s on a roof line and stuff. You really can. You don't need a license for this stuff, not in the state of Texas. And then what are you offering your clients? There's a lot. This is a long conversation that dives into all this. But really, when you can add more value to your clients, one thing we had this year was, and it's this terminology I I heard it from a bunch of people. They don't talk to each other, right? Like these clients, they contact you, especially commercial properties, and they say they're looking for a premium vendor. So premium vendor. They don't want just a vendor. They want a premium. And so then you dissect what makes a premium vendor. You know what I mean? About importing in products, having the products on hand, because some of these commercial properties, they pull the trigger last minute. And if you have all the stuff and you're ready to pull the trigger on it, but I mean, we had properties the week before Thanksgiving asking for 30-foot tower trees. And unless you establish relationships and everything else like that, it's like, how do you pull that off within a week and take advantage of that opportunity? It's pretty tough. You know, it's really, really fast paced. We say there's 52 days of installation and there's 52 weeks in a year. So when you don't install one day, it's like not installing for a whole week in a year-round business. So it's pretty demanding. It's challenging for sure. But that's what separates a premium vendor from, you know, the guy hanging yard signs or, you know, trying to make a buck, you know, with little overhead, you know. So
basically, if you're starting a new Christmas light business, there's a bunch of different training over there. But my buddy Murph, sorry, I got threw off with some of these comments over here, but my buddy Murph has the decorative construction. You call it decorative construction because it's not like regular Christmas. You figure that you're not a Christmas light, you're like a Christmas light decorator in this decorative construction, right? Tell us about this new class that you're putting on.
Yeah, so that's the thing. What I was saying before is we don't hang mistletoe. You know, this
Mistletoe.
work is there. If you look at like Santa's workshop, and let's just picture Santa's workshop, and you were to really step foot in his workshop, what would it look like? Look up pictures online and stuff like that. There is pallet racking, forklift, there is tools, there's hammers. I mean, even in the movie Elf, they have hammers. You know what I mean? Like, so with it is when I started doing landscape lighting, man, when we outfit our landscape lighting trailer, there were so many tools we had to add. Every time I got a job, I would take a little money and I'd buy a new tool that would speed me up. You know, but when you look at it to speed through some installs and stuff, you start accumulating a lot of stuff, and a lot of the stuff is tools. And so with decorative construction, I wanted to coin the phrase of what really is. Are we Christmas light installers? I don't know if that's the right word. I think we're more in the construction industry because we have lifts and, you know, business line of credits, and we're renting rental equipment from people, kind of taking it to another level. I mean, even when we did residentials, we used a lift because we're just going faster. We use rope because we're going faster. So, and you need to go faster. So that's what decorative construction is. It's like a really in-depth approach to doing Christmas lighting. And what I mean by that is like all the different tools. I mean, we even go over all the different types of brick. You think a brick is a brick. It is not. If you want to attach a light to a brick, there's very many different types of brick. In Texas, we have sandstone, which try to glue to sandstone and see how good that does. You know, it's very gritty. Your lights are going to come off and you're going to have problems. So really and that's what we did in the fire service. Paramedicine is the same way, is you really break it down to the core levels. And I think any profession does that. I think any profession kind of, yeah, see, there you go. The younger me, I don't even know what year that was.
Younger. This is like 2 years ago. What are you talking about younger?
In Christmas light time, that's like 2 decades. Dude.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, true.
But even this is, you know, I was USART trained, rope rescue, confined space, structural collapse. And so having this knowledge, I even worked offshore for a year in the oil field, but having this kind of knowledge of these tools and then how to speed you up a little bit. I do know that we had 2 different types of models of houses, and I did one just like laddering it. And this was by myself, like year one, on this property. And so then I got another one in my neighborhood, and I ended up like, how can I do it faster? And I did it with rope. So the first house took 3 hours by myself, new cut. And then the next one I did rope, and I did it in an hour and a half. So I sliced it in half. And then the stress on my body, just like with flight medics and stuff, it's the stressors when you go up and down, is how are you stressing your body? When you're on a roof all day, you know, you're tensed up, your core, all that stuff. If you're able to relieve the stress, you're able to go longer, faster. So taking some of these experiences I had and applying it to the Christmas light industry, I was able to speed myself up really, really quickly. And that's the stuff, you know, in decorative construction is how to speed it up, but also be safer, be healthier, and be more professional, you know?
Yeah, professional. I hear you about that.
Yeah.
There's something different I want to learn this year. Like I was on the second story roof, and our winter's not really winters. I was like, my legs were burnt, my legs, arms burnt from the shingles, and then like I had to like hug some air because the lift wouldn't get there. So I'm like, dang, I gotta get off this lift right now. I have no rope because and our pitches, we don't have pitches. So I was like, I don't even know where to put a rope. There's no pitch, you know. It's just the
You mean
edge.
on
So
your
I'm like,
roof?
huh?
You mean on your roof?
Yeah, we don't have seat pitches. Like they're probably like that. Like the pitches are not.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I
like there's no
remember. I
like.
think your wife was on the roof. Remember that? You was like,
Yeah.
"Come on, babe, just put one foot over here." You know, babe, just put your foot on the lat.
Oh,
Remember
that
that?
was my knees. That was my knees. I was
Oh, that was your
I
niece.
was messing with. And people are tripping about that, man. I had my boy
I
at the
know.
bottom.
What happened with that?
No, she climbs up. She's confident now. You know, she goes
Yeah.
up and down the ladder. You know, it was like 6-7 feet. Like
Everybody's like, you need to have safety. You know, Joey's showing how to do the safety harnesses and stuff. And I mean, to interrupt your story, but when I watched that video, it just makes me realize how I don't know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to safety. Like all these ropes and belays, and he's just tying these ropes like in 2 seconds and these knots and stuff. It's like, damn, dude. I mean, I don't really want to say, hey, Joey, man, how much if I had to bring all my guys to you, can you or just teach me how to do it so I can know how to do it? But I'm watching this video like, oh my God, I have no idea how to do none of this stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Well, unless you come from it, you know, it's hours of training. And like, I mean, I remember even I was in so I lived in Louisiana for a while, and the fire chief, like when we went through the academy for there, because I grew up in Colorado Springs, and then I went to Louisiana, and then I came to Texas. But with it is he would tell me to tie a bowline, and he said, do it behind your back. And when he did that, I was like, shit, I never tied it behind my back. And he's like, well, you don't know it then. And it's just this, you know, it's that mentality of like, if you can't easily explain things, or if you can't do things with closing your eyes, if you can't do it, do you really know it? Like really know it. And because that's what we train for, especially, you know, in the fire services, you're all smoked out, you can't see anything. And then you got to, you know, hog tie a firefighter and drag him out and stuff. You got to do this stuff without being able, like, you got to envision it. And so it's just a lot of, I mean, for 13 years, that's all I did. I threw ladders and I did rope and I rappelled and I mean, I have a degree in this stuff. So that's what it's taking the time to realize at what level can you go. And then, you know, people coming from different industries is the other thing, right? So like Christmas lighting invites like a melting pot of people. And so having like a firefighter that comes into Christmas lighting is like, well, how can they apply their skills and come over? You know what I mean?
Look at Ashley Bowser. She's like professing her everlasting love for you.
Man, she's awesome.
I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's just saying how great it is that, you know, you're talking about safety and stuff, because money's not worth it. You know, being safe, that's, you know, number one, you know.
I mean, but
Thanks,
that's
Ashley.
the other thing is like if you hire somebody, and that's the thing is you try to, as an employer, you try to feed their family. I think one of the most powerful things is like, even if it's temporary, is it's pretty powerful to feed somebody else's family or give them the opportunity to do that. I think that's like just a big push that I do, but at the same time, getting them home safely. And so if we have to sacrifice risk for a little financial gain is like, no, let's be a little safer. Let's not do that. If you call an all stop or something like that, then it's an all stop, you know?
With you on that one. All right. What were you saying? Didn't mean to cut you off, Zuzack.
No, I just learned the hard way because, like, you know, I'd be on the lift in the second story, and you know, it's like it's not.
You like
know,
had
I
like a lift for
couldn't
every
get,
job, pretty much, right?
No, just for the second. I got. All the
I mean, your
second
dad's
stories.
house, you did it with the ladder. You was on the roof, but I seen the other, like
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
two of them. Those freaking Photoshops that you did look pretty badass. I mean, the Photoshop rendering of the house, and then when you were done, it looked exactly like that. I mean, they look great.
Yeah, that guy Skeet's got some good rendering.
Skeet's
software
Fish?
programs. Yeah,
That's who did
he
that?
got some.
Or he hooked you up with it?
No, anybody can get it. It's lightingcanvas.com or something like that. But you go in there and you could pay, he has like a minimum payment a month. I don't know, it's like $40-$50 and you get X amount of renderings, you know?
Oh, you just send them a picture of the house and they send it back rendered, or?
It's sent right back rendered, yeah. And actually, out of all those, that's how I sold most of them. Like, I just sent the rendering. I didn't even go to the house, measure anything. I just said, look, I'm going to charge you for that, you know? I mean, so, and they said, yeah, you know, but I didn't realize, even though I made some good money, like getting the lift and it's a pain in the ass, you know, especially the ones that you have to unhook from the hitch and then hook it back to the hitch and move it and unhook it from the hitch and but like I said, my problem was I had to jump off the lift to get up on the roof, and you know I'm getting on a corner, and I'm like hugging a little bit of the roof, but I'm like burned from you know, because it's hot, and I'm trying to get that last clip, and I'm like, oh, this sucks, you know, like
Yeah.
I'd rather just do one story house. I can knock those out all day. You know
I
what I
know. I
mean?
seen the pitch hopper. The pitch hopper. I mean, everyone has the pitch hopper, and it works great and it's nice. I mean, I've never used it, but I've seen a lot of guys use it. How nice it is. But I've seen in the commercial from the pitch hopper, the guy's like roofing in a pair of shorts, and I'm thinking, and nobody roofs in a pair of shorts. I mean, you had me until I seen the roofer in a pair of shorts. I mean, the roof is too freaking hot. That's why you wear the long sleeves and the long pants. You don't get on a roof in shorts if you're actually. It's a hot Texas or Florida type of weather, and the
Japan
roof
and
is
Florida,
burning
man,
hot. You don't do that, man. You'll be
shit,
doing one
sometimes.
roof, and that's it, dude.
Yeah. No, but we can't even use the pitch hopper here.
No offense to pitch hopper, of course.
Nothing is not that steep over here. It's not. It's weird. That's why I was
Well,
like, I
you
don't even
also
know
use the little small furniture pads. Is what I see a lot of the roofers doing. Is the couch cushions cut in half. You know, you take the furniture pad and you put them down. You kind of lean on that one. It helps you from sliding off, but it also protects you from the heat of the roof.
No, that's interesting. I'll need to do that next time.
So, G Nation, I hear everything you're saying, my friend, but this ain't the place for that, my friend. All right. All right. Let's go. Keep moving on. Got a lot of fans then. You got like a little fan club going on over here. It's like 85 comments already. So moving right along. What do we got going on here? So Murph, what's up with the drive-through? You doing it this year? Again next year coming up?
No, we're not going to do the drive-through. And that's one thing is kind of what I was talking about earlier, you know, is even when we set out to do it, we really did it a certain way because we had certain things we were trying to achieve.
Now, this is the biggest freaking drive-through in the area, like the most pixels and badass type of it was drive-through.
Yeah,
but now it's for sale?
Yeah, the physical asset part of it, just, you know, we partnered up with some people on it and everything, and it was a group effort. From it was really big to kind of try to put on, and we developed the land. We ran the electrical underground. We went off the Tri-County Electric. You know, it was kind of crazy that I think the month of December it was $1,700 for the electrical to run the entire drive-through. But
$1,700 in just electric.
Yeah,
for 1 month.
For 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is LED, so it's like a shitload of LEDs, obviously.
Well, it's all low voltage, 12-volt pixels and controllers and stuff like that. But you know, I learned a lot from it, and it was fun. But to be honest with you, it started not to become fun. And then coming from our business plan and everything else is after 2 years is we kind of got so far off track of what, you know, like I was saying, is are you waking up and are you happy? And it's just, I don't think this is what's going to make us happy. And one reason why we did it was because it's our own venture. So like when you get commercial bids and everything else is to be able to know that like this, and also bleeding the time, because we started like September 1, but we have all the way till February 28th to take it down. So it kind of like worked within our like seasonal business and kept year-round revenue and year-round people and stuff like that. So that's what the principles was. But from it, man, I just don't think the juice is worth the squeeze from it, not compared to what we currently do with installing distribution and everything else. And another big part was trying to be part of the community as far as like your local area and providing memories and stuff like that. Hitting a different layer of the market was another one. But it's just way different. Just like distribution is way different than installing. If it's like, oh, let me add on because I buy so much products, it's like, no. You need to become a distribution company with an inventory management system and this and that. It just is a whole different vibe, a whole different feel. So I think it was fun. I think we learned a lot.
Fun, but it's over now. Yeah. It must have been good.
The other thing is like, so I'm talking Chelsea, you know, my wife, and she's very involved in the business. She is one of the greatest mothers, but also business owners there is. Big. I can't do what I do without her. And you know, we're talking and it's like, well, what kind of company are we? And we started defining ourselves as a company, right? Because you start growing and you start adding these things like Zuzack's, like I install landscape lighting, but now I distribute landscape lighting. And then it's like, well, are you doing both? Or is it like 60-40? Is it 50-50?
Yeah.
But it is a different world. Like you need warehouse space and stuff. As an installer, you really don't need much space on landscape lighting. Leasing Christmas lights, for sure, you need a lot of warehouse
a lot. Yeah.
A lot. And so from there, it's like, what kind of company are we? And we are a project management company. So we manage projects, right? We have clients and we do Christmas lights. From that is we are a leasing company. We're 100% leased and we own assets. So those assets we use within our projects. And then the last bit of it is we are a bank. For sure, we're a bank. Is you float so much money between different vendors and everything for people. You take on the financial risk, which that's what banks do and stuff like that. So that's who we are. And that's kind of what we move forward with and everything is gaining those assets and spreading, holiday cheer between whether it's distribution and retail storefronts that we supply, or it's installing on commercial and residential properties.
So what are you going to do with your extra time? I mean, if you're not, the drive-through was like September, you're like setting this thing up and you're setting it up for a month and a half. Then you have the the Christmas light installation, which you're subcontracting that out, but you're like living at the drive-through trying to fix it and get it going or whatever. And then when the Christmas season is like pretty much over for us, like December 3rd, December 5th, it was a little bit earlier this year for whatever reason, you're at that damn place every single night fixing this and doing this and going through something. And then it was like, hey man, Jesus, like, people are going on vacation and it's like December 18th and everyone's done just doing, but you're there every night. Hey man, it's raining tonight, but hey, I'll be there tomorrow night. And you're like there every freaking night.
Well, that's one thing is just the man hours because so we project everything on profit per man hour.
Mm-hmm.
People ask me how many properties we do. I don't know. I don't care. It's gross, net, and then the man hours that go into our projects and everything. Some projects really, really high man hours, some low, like profit wise. And so with it is the energy you put into a project like that as a project management company is if I took that and I put that energy into anything else, you're going to be successful in whatever you do. And so that's what we started looking at is we have a foundation, we have a brand, and, that brand built upon to do something like that. Well, it just speaks on the power of that. The people involved in it throughout the years is another thing. And that doesn't go unnoticed. The people coming and they go. It's a seasonal business. And people develop and they move on, even if they have another company or you subcontract, they scale their business and it's not a good fit for them. And that's fine. You know what I mean? But through the years is how I got here was through a lot of different people and they did help us and to get here. And so with that that's what our main thing is, feeding other families. And so if you can invite more people in and feed those families and then take that energy and that, because that's the biggest commodity. Everybody's chasing that dollar and that money. But the biggest commodity is time. Everybody's got to realize that, right? So if you share time, even this, like I'm with you guys right here and I'm sharing my time with you guys and it's valuable. People should appreciate it. And go ahead.
Speaking of which, there's like 22 people watching, and Eric Johansson. Have you ever met him? He's in Florida. He has a question right here. You guys are all doing installations and distributions. Do you prefer one business over the other, or is it a balanced model where both feed and work together?
I think, you can go, Zuzack. I've been like spitting,
Yeah.
For me, my long-term goal is just to train and sell. But to do installations, I like to do them here and there just because it's content. And I do like doing it. I just don't want to have to survive on it. You know what I mean? I just want to sell lights, train, and just do lighting just because I enjoy it. Like I'll pick a house that I feel like doing or something like that. That's what I want to get to the point to, I just like helping people. I think I'm a better teacher than I can do the stuff, but I enjoy really I like traveling. I like, teaching, and I like selling, man. You know what I mean? So, that's what I want. That's the long-term goal. So if I have to pick, you're asking if I have to choose between selling or doing, I'd pick selling, especially in Florida.
Like installing or distributing?
It's like I'd rather distribute than install. But I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Eric, I tell you what, that's a great question, man. And I ask myself this every single year because every single year I said the distribution of Christmas products is like stealing the joy from me. You know, it's really robbing me of my joy in some ways because it's so competitive. But there are some advantages of distribution, like, you know, nobody wants to get stuck with materials. And when you first get started, you know, you're buying materials, but then when it gets to be about Thanksgiving, you're trying to see what you have and sell what you have and try to end up as close as you can to nothing. I mean, that's how you first start off, buying materials, and then you don't want to have a end of surplus, you know, have $20,000 sitting there in your garage. You know, you want to have, you know, next to nothing if you can. And as you get bigger and bigger, you just can't do that. You have to have a lot of material, especially if you're selling them. But at the end of the season, you know, when you're selling materials, you have an opportunity to kind of get rid of some of those products that you don't want to carry. So being able to sell materials helps you. If you, on like us, we don't do it on a very big level. We sell a little bit as the season starts to a couple of contractors in Houston. And then after, you know, the Christmas season is over, you know, these guys, you know, we offer some, you know, some prices so we can kind of get our inventory down to it's manageable and we can kind of cash out. But for us, it's been good like that. But to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the dysfunction and how, you know, how competitive it is. And you kind of put yourself out there. It's so competitive. It turns into like robbing you of your joy. So we're trying to move forward, but, you know, without trying to keep our Christmas spirit. It's like I was telling Joey last year, I said, I feel like I'm in a battle for my love for Christmas, because at the end of every season, I really honestly, truly think I don't want to do this anymore. I mean, I'm just so fed up with it. I'm done with Christmas. I don't want to see another freaking Christmas light. It's been a stressful season. Things didn't go my way. I planned all this stuff out. I thought it was a great plan, really, but it didn't work out like I thought. And I'm scratching my head thinking next year I could probably do it differently. But you're like, man, this is just so much. I mean, for those of you listening, if you're doing, you know, 20, 30 houses, it's cool. But if you're doing 600 or properties and then the phone's ringing off the hook, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. You're like, it's a week before Christmas. You're like, just make it stop. I mean, it's so much. And you're thinking, but it's Christmas. It's a happy time. We're supposed to be hanging out with our family. Everyone's happy and everyone's joyful. But the bigger you get this business, especially the distribution and those two combined together, it does rob you of your joy. So that's the having a healthy balance with family. And that, I would say the installation is probably my favorite, Eric, but definitely the distribution is necessary as you get bigger to minimize your inventory.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got on that, Joey?
I mean, that's the thing though, is it's somebody's perspective, right? And so we all kind of do a little bit different. We're all in different areas. Like Zuzack's like, hey, I have no like 12 pitches, not even a 9 pitch in Florida, you know. But in Texas is like we're pretty much scaling roofs like that, and it's just that's what's normal to us. But again, it can be stressful at times. But what I would say the same thing is like when you invite or try to expand your business and you try to scale it, is that's what I was saying earlier. I don't care about people, how many properties they do. Is are you happy and what's your net and gross? And are you able to do things in life that you want to do? And I think when I was younger, I would see people do things, right? And I have a list of people that I like watch. Some are really, really good. Like sometimes I get like people are like the fear of missing out or something like that. It's when somebody takes a creative product in my area and installs it. And it's like, you didn't do that. You know, it's like you had the opportunity to do that because they did, but you didn't do it. That's where I kind of get a little bit like, are we doing the right thing? This is like a little jealousy. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But it's like, well, where are you putting your energy and your time? And it's like, well, I also sold this. Like Zuzack's like the dopamine rush or whatever it is that makes him, you know, wake up in the morning. When it comes to sales, when you close a sale and help somebody on a distribution level, we've consulted many companies and helped out a ton of contractors. And with it is when you're able to give them an edge, like believe in them, and then they take that product and they feed their family and everything else, it's way different than installing. It's a different type of like joy you get from helping somebody like that. So I think that like installing provides joy on a certain level of that cake, but then distributing and supplying and changing a market, that's the other thing. Like economically importing in goods and changing a market area is pretty powerful feeling. And so when you can kind of be humble about it, align with the right people and do it like where you're not stressed out, which you're always going to have some level of stress, right? But if you do it where you elevate everybody else around you and it's a synergistic effect, you know, a synergism of like 1 + 1 = 3, that should be the goal.
Synergistic.
Yeah.
Synergistic.
And, you know, the thing is too is I was gonna say, like, it's the reason it's cool for me is like the reason how I started out was, man, I found lighting on accident and it completely changed my life, obviously, you know. So it's
Yeah.
like being able to sell somebody something and teach them something, they can actually make them really good money. You know, that someone's not working 70 hours for $15 an hour,
Yeah.
and they can actually turn their life, like their whole family function around because of it is cool, you know. And it's hard for someone to get that in their head. And you know, I try to teach them, you know, I'm all across the board, and you know, people try to talk about pricing this and that. Like I tell them, look, man, this is gonna work for you starting out. Just do this, and they'll do a job, and then be like, damn, I got me like $1,000 in 2 hours. Like I used to work all week for that, you know.
Mhm.
I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. And just to see how happy they are, and like
Yeah.
know that, okay, now I can pay this bill, or I don't know what they got going on, but you can tell that something has clicked in their head. You know what I mean? Like whatever mind frame they were at some point, something just clicked, just like it clicked in my
Yeah.
head. You know, and
Yeah.
that's what I like. I like doing it, man. Of course, the thing is, people are like, oh, you've been teaching people for free for so long and stuff. Like, yeah, because I enjoy doing that. So then that's when it came down, like, well, how do I keep teaching people? You know, like, if I keep doing a song, yeah, I can keep doing that, but you know, I'm gonna get burnt out doing one thing. You know what I mean? Sooner or later, you know. So I was like, if I'm selling and I'm not out there physically always working, then I can still keep helping people without being burnt out coming home. You know, after doing installs all night and day. You know. So,
Yeah. Well, that's
it's
enough
just
about 2023. 23 was a freaking weird year. I don't know. Joey and I have had a lot of private conversations about 2023, and it was just a weird year. I just felt like it was just off balance in some way, but I really have deep down inside of me, I really honestly think 2024 is going to be the year. It's going to be a breakout year. I feel like the economy is going to get back to where it needs to be. I've been noticing, you know, some of our clients, you know, some of them don't have enough money to pay when they have for the last 3 or 4 years. And I've seen the evidence of a downward turn in economy, but I think it's coming back. And I think the Christmas light season's coming back. I really think 2024 is going to be our best year. And, you know, whenever you're doing your taxes, you know, in the season, you're like, oh, I think this is a good idea. And I think this is a good idea. And then you start doing your taxes and looking at the numbers, you're like, that was a stupid idea. You know, damn, I wasted a lot of money on that shit. You know, damn, that didn't work out. And like, oh my God, you paid this guy how much? Wow, that was a mistake. You know, and so you start going through all the decisions that you make, and then you come up with a plan like, this year, I think this is what we're going to do. And you come up with a new plan for this year. I think 2024 is going to be the best year ever. There's a lot of new products. Like I said, yesterday I was talking to Scott and he revealed these products I think are going to be game changers. And I think I'm aligned with the right people, drama-free people this year. And I'm really looking forward to 2024. What do you see for 2024, Joey?
Yeah, if you look at the past, that's the thing is you can be optimistic. Jonathan, he's our systems manager. He's always the pessimistic one. So I'm like the one saying, no, we can do this. And he's like, have you considered this or this or this? You know, and I'm like, stop being raining on my brain.
Yeah. Stop giving me all these numbers.
Yeah. And it's like, with it though, is if you look at what's happened in the past and where things are going, it's crazy to be an installer in the Christmas light world because if you look at like 2018, the pricing of materials to buy it as a contractor, what it is now, and then the installation side, right? Like people were installing it in 2018 for a certain price, and now it actually like the margins went like this for installers, and it went like this for distributors, right?
Yeah.
Like it totally went inverted, and so it's really good time to get into the Christmas lighting industry. But really, you know, it's raising the standard of that industry. That's why a big part of why we're doing training. I truly believe whether it's through distribution or whether it's through installing, and I think Zuzack can vouch for me on this, is that you always want to raise the industry, right? Is people are trying to bring the industry down, like the guys who just get in don't know what they're doing and they're trying to make a buck, right? Is you actually are like lowering the industry standard, what society thinks what installers are. As time progresses, and this is a big one, is as time progresses, you're going to start seeing inside the industry, there are layers of like what kind of companies you want. Just like I said, premium vendor. A premium vendor is going to do RGB. If you don't know RGB, you're not a premium vendor. And that's what separates. I just want a regular guy to hang lights on my roof. Okay, you don't need a premium vendor. They're not as much, and you're going to get something there, right? And so I think that as time progresses, based on what happened since COVID, because if you start seeing the trends since COVID and the reactions of the economy and stuff like that, even what's happening in China right now, I think that it's going to be really advantageous for people to get involved into it. And then people that are veterans, like pretty much everybody in this group, a lot of people chiming in on this group are also veterans, and they can spill the knowledge into Facebook groups or training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So raising that industry standard, if we can all do that together, I think it's going to really, really be a really good year. But I think we all have to kind of do it together, really work with each other, not demean each other, be optimistic. Don't be like a Jonathan and be pessimistic. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I know Mike has big plans for 2024, especially with this new alignment and coming back from China. When you're in China, you're just thinking, man, meeting these people and designing this. I mean, I almost have to pinch myself. I never thought I would be here talking about promoting and manufacturing my own products, right? Isn't it like that? I haven't done it. I have to live vicariously through Zuzack.
Yeah. I just kind of live by just doing and figuring out later type thing, man. And when I was over there, I was like, damn, I'm really here. Like I'm actually gonna do this.
No, it was like
I was
nice. I thought it was going to be like some like a smog filled shithole or something like that. But it was like super freaking nice, man. Like the hotel you were in and the view and all that. It looked like super clean and very nice.
It's very clean, man. It's interesting. Even when I talk to them, it's weird. Like what they think of us and we think of them. Like what their government tells them. Like they asked me about, is it safe in America for Asians? And I'm like,
yeah, of course.
Anybody
You told them you're not like
America,
a real true Asian, right? You're right.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what race you are. Whatever. Everybody's open game,
Yeah, of course.
And then I go over there and I'm like expecting this and that, and they're really nice too. And I mean, everybody has a job there. So there's no trash for as many people. There's no trash on the streets. Like this lady I watched her sweep up an orange peel. It was like on the other side. I don't know how she saw it on the other side of the street. They clean all the public restrooms every time someone uses it. I mean, there are cameras everywhere. You checking your passport and ID everywhere. I mean, you can't say you're not in a certain place at a certain time. So the crime is really, really low. And it's $7 of their dollars to our dollar. So I'm just out on the steakhouse. They have Wagyu beef steak, and I was like, dang! It was like
that's Japanese Wagyu. They just call it Wagyu right there, right?
Yeah, but it was only $30 American, and I was with my son. I was like, oh man, we're gonna eat some for $30, but the wait was too long, so we just ate some. They had like a knockoff Chili's. And I was glad to have some American food for a change because I was eating so much soup, and they think I was crazy because it was cold. When I asked for breakfast, I was like, can I get a Sprite? And they're like, people don't drink Sprite for breakfast. I was like, yeah, people in America do. Let me get a Sprite, man. So they had to like go way back and grab me a dang
some
Sprite
dark alley, and they have this Sprite vendor. Yeah,
yeah. It was really cool, man. And but when I went to the actual manufacturing place and stuff and seen all that and actually talked to them and like gave my ideas and stuff, and they were actually like some good stuff. And then I started, it's like you have these ideas, but until you act on them and you start getting good feedback from it, then you're like, oh crap, this might really actually happen. Just like with Haven, like it was a hypothetical question, and like people were like, how you did it? Like I just asked them. I mean,
I've been working
towards
don't you think?
Yeah, but I mean, I've been working towards doing all this stuff. He's been watching me for years, so it's not like it just happened. But you just gotta ask. You just do. And it's like I said, man, I've taken way more worse risk than this. Like, what is this? What is a no? Whatever. I'm okay with
so
that.
now Z-Flex is going to be all over the United States this year, right? Isn't that your anticipation?
That's my anticipation. Yeah.
I mean, you're like flying all over the damn place.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to just, I organically, man, I don't have the marketing budget, people. That's why I posted that thing the other day, and people, they asked me on the sales, but I was just showing it. Like I wasn't selling anything on there. but I was just doing it for 2 years. I just 2 years, and I was
I think I
basically
have that.
just I kept watching it because I wanted to see how much can I do organically. Now, granted, they're clicks, they're not buys, but just for clicks, I was like, okay. Now I just have to figure out a plan on how to monetize this into something valuable, you know. So, it's just doing and paying attention and just asking and taking advantage of opportunities and again, like I said, um, I'm being transparent, man.
That's
You
about
gotta
the
be.
graphic right there.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah.
This is an awesome little thing you got. You just like I don't know what this is, but that's pretty cool. Like you just pull up whatever and it's
Yeah,
cool.
man. Nah,
But
dude, we'll pull it all up, bro. What do you want to talk about?
but man, I just people ask me like I'm not even close to being there yet. I just do it, man, because I love doing it, and I'm trying to just be better, man. And at the same time, I might share some harsh words for people and what's going on in the industry, but I'm sharing
You do
because
have a
people.
very candid conversations with people, and and I enjoy watching it, bro. But
Yeah, but but the thing is, man, it's like that's just me, man. I'm like, I don't know, and it's like it will filter itself out. The people that don't like you will go away, and the people that vibe with you will vibe with you. And I feel that
well,
most of the people that are like me, you know, most people that vibe with me are like me, and I'm okay with that,
well,
I'm okay
as
with that.
promised, I do have a special treat for you. I don't want to go too much into the details about what happened last year, but last year I kind of find myself, with lifelines cut and then lifelines attached. And, I really just cannot say enough about a group of guys that really kind of went in there and they kind of saved Christmas and saved the season. They're really good friends of ours, and we've been strengthening this relationship. 2024, I'm so excited that I have a firm foundation in the Christmas business and distribution and supplier, and not just a supplier, but someone who creates products and can allow us to be creative in product design. We have our friend all the way from Omaha, Nebraska. He's going to jump on with us for a minute, if you don't mind. It's our friend Eric Turkelson. Eric Turkelson. Oh, nice Kingdom Radio hat. Check this dude out.
What?
Where'd you get that at, bro?
What?
Where did you get that at?
From Ron Roby in Lower Roby.
Wow. Let's welcome Eric Turkelson from Holodynamics to the show. He has Scott just showed it to me yesterday, but Eric, let's hear it, man. You got the floor, bro. I want to hear what's going on here.
So super excited. Good job tonight, you guys. Joey, Michael, Ron. Lot of stuff I learned tonight, which was nice. So thanks for sharing that. I saw a few of our friends online, like Eric Johannesson. I think my wife's on, so I got to give a plug to my wife because she's.
You're like, sweetheart, I swear I'm working. You'll see in a second. I swear I'm stuck in the office.
And I got to set the record straight real quick. I know it's showing still as Eric the Predictor from when we did our football predictions this past week, but I failed to mention how, my wife really loves the Green Bay Packers, and I don't think I gave enough love to the Packers. So, Lori, let's go Packers, okay? Next year.
What are we doing? We're sweet talking our way into something here?
No, I felt bad.
You don't play for the team. What are you talking about?
He's still in the office for a reason.
You realize, right, in life that there's certain things you got to do that keep you happy. We talked about the joy of Christmas.
Yeah.
It's the joy of family as well, and I got to keep my wife happy too. So I'm a Vikings fan, but go Pack. So there you go. That's for Lori.
All right. Go Packers.
So,
we're on the same page. All right, let's go. Eric Turkelson, everybody.
So really excited. This past year we talked about 2024. What do we think it's going to look like? I would kind of mirror what you're saying there, Ron. I think 2024 is going to be a great year. And we're super excited. And Scott's been working on a product for probably about 3 years now. We've been talking about it. We were actually traveling one day, and Scott had a dream the night before. And he's like, man, I think we can come up with a different product that nobody's really seen before. Something that's going to be what we feel is a game changer. And it's not.
Hey, Eric, can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
Scott said that the spritzer has, and there's some knockoffs, but they're pretty much, they have tape around, each one of the things that come out. They have tape around them. So someone gets a spritzer, and no offense if you're listening, but someone gets a spritzer, takes all the fucking tape off of the whole entire thing and say, man, this doesn't work, and gives it back to them with all the tape removed. And they're like, Scott's like, what What are you talking about? Slammed it on the floor in his office. I cannot believe this. And then he left it on his, like, this guy, like, as soon as he's leaving for the day, you need to stop 2 hours early. I want everything spotless. But he leaves this trash and destruction and threw it on the floor in anger for 5 days. And then a vision come upon thee. And then, and that's how he explained it to me yesterday. Let's hear it, Eric.
No, I think I like that version better. I think that's better, right? You actually have to do the intro. I think Scott would appreciate
I know.
that.
He was like, yeah. Then it just came upon thee. I was like, okay. Let's
Hear thee.
Yeah, hear thee. Hey.
So through that, we were looking at, okay, there's got to be some new products coming out, something that we could use for roof line decor. Something that's not a C9 or artistic that you guys have seen. They're those 4-foot sections that we put up on the homes. We wanted something to be a little bit different. So Scott came out with this exciting new product, which I'm going to unveil. I've showed it to a few close friends like you guys. I'm going to unveil that tonight, and I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to show you up on the house and whatnot. But what we're going to introduce tonight for 2024 is the C9, the Holodynamics C9 Glitzer. Yes. So the spritzer was kind of a little bit of the inspiration, right? And you weren't lying about that story. We had somebody actually unraveled all the tape, brought it in with a bunch of metal in hand and said, I don't get it. I've been spending an hour trying to open this spritzer, and we're like, wow. Okay. Yeah. It wasn't going to be the last person, because it actually happened on several occasions, but yeah. So tonight I'm going to show you guys, this is actually the C9 Glitzer. Okay, so this is going to have an E17 socket base. You're going to be able to put that right into your existing C9 cord, whether that be SBT1, SBT2. This is going to be a game changer in the industry. You're going to be able to put this up on the roof line. You can put this in trees. We're also looking at it for pathway markers, so putting it in C9 ground stakes. So that's going to be something that we're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to have this piece, the Glitzer, in a static colors of the multi that you see here, warm white, and then also pure white. And then also, we're really excited about announcing that we're actually bringing this in as well into the dynamic RGB lineup. So you're going to have this in the dynamic RGB WW as well. So all the friends out there, and I know Eric's listening tonight, everybody that wants that warm white, that ability to change colors should they choose, now you're going to have the C9 Glitzer. And I'm going to show you guys.
Joey, you should see this like in a C9 thing. Like if you're talking about like patio lighting or cafe lighting like this, but seeing these, we know with the black C9 strand, but seeing these glitzers into it, it was like, oh my God. Because like when you're asking me what I think we're doing, Christmas is over. I think we're going to get into the wedding business, and we're looking at just products for wedding. And it just lined up like dominoes falling down yesterday looking at that product. The Glitzer.
And let's see how well.
Oh, look at it up on the roof right there.
Yeah. So we've got it in. You're going to have it in your static colors again, like I told you, with your multi, your warm white, your pure white. But I'm going to demonstrate tonight on national live radio on Kingdom Live.
Kingdom Live.
Yeah. We're going to show it in the red. We've got it in the green. Now, what we've done here online, as you guys can see up here, we've got the C9 bulb in between. So you could, theoretically, if you wanted to, you didn't have to have a C9 that goes in line there. You could do like a 15-inch spacing and just run your C9 Glitzers all the way across. It's really going to be up to you. But Ron, you're exactly right. This could be an event lighting, wedding lighting. I mean, the sky's the limit on this piece. So you're going to have all your different colors, your standards of your red, green, blue. We're also going to have in our yellow. We're going to have in our purple. We've got our teal. Then you've also got in there your pure white, which is more of kind of an opal tone, but here's the game changer that I think everybody's been waiting for, and that's the warm white. And as you guys can see up on the roof line, we also have the RGB WW C9 bulb.
The RGB WW, it actually goes warm white now.
Yes. And the real neat thing about it is within that, so we have the Kelvin temperature. So you're going to have 3 options. In the RGB bulb, you're going to have the RGB, the regular bulb we've been carrying for a couple years. Then you'll have the RGB WW, which will have a Kelvin rating of about 2,700. And then we're also bringing in a bulb that's an RGB PW that's going to have a Kelvin about 4,300 to 4,500. So you're going to have 3 options.
Yeah, it's not, Joey and Mike, it's not the pure white that Holodynamics has historically carried for decades. It's actually an industry match, the same one that we special order did that matches, you know, all the main manufacturers and the Kelvin rating of the pure white. I had them up bulb to bulb yesterday. They match identical. So the RGB PW, and you can also put on the line, you can put an RGB PW and an RGB WW on the line. You just have to do 2 and 2 and do like a champagne on your house, but you can do them all red and blue, but then you can, when you do them to white, you can have them PW and WW. So the thing's badass. And I had a talk with them. It's definitely going to be between the Glitzer and the C9 bulb that changes colors. I mean, a lot of people have been waiting for someone to come out with it, but not just come out with it, and it works and it's good. They've been through a lot of testing, 2 years, and it's finally here this year, and proud to have access to it and can offer it in our service areas.
A couple other cool points. We'll have it in the white with the white tape, and then also in the green. So this is going to be home run. I see it in so many different applications. I'm sure that some of you watching at home will come up with some other ideas as well. But we're super excited about it. It's going to be a great launch into 2024. The price point, we're still tweaking that a little bit. Scott's looking at that a little bit closer. I think the price point on that, whether it's RGB or the static bulbs, is going to be phenomenal. So, you know, we're really excited to show that. But also, if you guys can see behind me, we did a little work in the showroom tonight. And if you can see in there, we've actually changed up the spritzers a little bit as well. So we now have an Odyssey spritzer, which is going to take more of those lights, as you can see here. More of the lights are actually brought to the middle. And then what Scott did was bring the diode to the ends as well. So you've got a higher concentration of that burst right in the middle. So we were calling that a Odyssey spritzer. So you can see it's got a different look. But we're going to bring that in all sorts of different colors. We've got it in the pure white, warm white mix. We've got the Christmas theme, which is going to be a red, pure white, green. So lots of different options. Also going to have that in the Halloween colors as well. So that'll be new. And then if you guys can see as well over here, we've got basically right here, that's going to be the tiered spritzer. Probably not getting the best view on it, but this is going to be able to be staked into your landscape beds.
Joe, where's it at? Let me see it.
Yeah, can you see that up pretty good?
I see that. Is that a tabletop tree? What is that?
No, this right here. So what we're showing right here, you guys can see this a little bit better. It's a tiered spritzer, so you're going to actually have 3 tiers.
Wow, check that out.
This one's a patriotic, so you've got your red, pure white, and blue. And so you can stake that, but lots of different ways that you can manipulate the stems on that as well. So it's going to give you lots of options. But one of the cool things that Scott came out as this year is actually this new spritzer stake that you guys can see here that you're going to be able to actually wrap. You're going to be able to put, it's got a Velcro strapper on it. So you're going to be able to bring out your spritzer, as you can see here, and you're going to actually go around 2 revolutions around the spritzer, and then you can put it right into the holder that you see here. And what's nice about it, it cleans it up really nice so that you can even hide that cord or bring that cord around. So when you see that, that cord can just lay out just like that. So when it comes in, you set it in there. It's going to be a real nice stand for that new spritzer that we've got. So a lot of new products that we're coming out with that Scott's been developing. Really excited about it. As you guys can see some of the other things that we've got out. We did introduce last year at Transworld some of the alien pieces that you've got there. So just trying to take some different takes, make it fun, as I think Joey and Michael were talking about as well. You know, you're trying to create a fun atmosphere, trying to do things different. We're trying to really push the envelope on technology, but also do it where it's affordable, right? So with the dynamic RGB, RGBWW, whether it be the bulb, the light sets, all the different things that we've created, I feel like we've got a really good price point in there where people can have some of that RGB technology, but at a fraction of the price of some of that other, what I would call next level, which is really good product, but it's just a little higher price point. So lots of cool stuff for 24. We're really excited about it.
No, yeah, definitely. When I seen it, I was like, man, those glitzers. Yeah. I mean, I could think of like a million different things, but he was showing me, we were in Top Golf yesterday. So we had him plugged in and he was showing it bad to the bone. But if you want to get them, like if you're ordering them and you're pre-ordering them and you want to get them, you only have to order 96 and you can get them any color tape you want. or any color you want. So if you want brown or you want black, or you're like, I just want one for my favorite football team, or I want this color pattern like this and this or whatever, you can order any color, lights, any hue, anything you want to. You have to order 96 of them minimum, right, Eric?
Yeah, so on that is more of the spritzer line that we're doing.
Spritzers, okay.
Yeah, on the spritzers. So you can get those in different themes. I know we've been kind of taking some early orders on that right now. So, and it's going to be within reason, right? There's some colors. If somebody's like, well, we need a chartreuse with a whatever, they're going to be your basic diode colors is what we're able to do. But then we can also do any tape color along there as well. So
if you want a Mardi Gras one, you want purple, green, and yellow,
purple,
and you want them in gold tape or whatever, you can get it whatever you want. But you can't wait till August and say, oh shit, I was watching this video from January and can I order them? That's too late.
Right.
So this is like right now within the next what's the deadline? Like the next month or something?
So we're looking at probably here mid-March is what we could probably still take
at the latest.
Obviously, the sooner the better, because then we can get it into the production line. But I did want to do something cool tonight. So this is for those that haven't seen the spritzer, where we did the heavier gauge wire. You've got the optional hook that comes with it as well. I want to give one of these out tonight. So I was talking about Scott about that. I want to do something fun on Kingdom Radio Live tonight. So to give out a 16-inch spritzer, and we did it in the red and white because obviously we're from Nebraska and everybody loves the Cornhuskers. So we wanted to do a red and white. Some people call it peppermint. I call it Husker. Whatever. Doesn't matter. That we are giving away tonight.
Fake
so anybody
news.
that wants to comment that, hey, I want a chance to win, that's available for you. Yeah. Good laugh track. We won't be laughing when we win the national championship.
Yeah, that's right. But the men's college basketball did beat a ranked team recently, right? Purdue,
Number one.
All right.
Purdue.
So what are we doing? You doing a contest, giving out a spritzer right now? Who wants a spritzer out there? Who are we talking to? Johansson definitely. He said so many folks love warm white, but now you can give so much more. Halloween harvest. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking I just put the lights on there for Halloween. They can change it back to Christmas themselves. I don't need to send the guys back out there. We have Philip. He's definitely saying, give me a spritzer.
Yeah.
Who out there listening? If you want a spritzer, you want something free from Holodynamics. We talked to Daddy Warbucks. He's definitely giving them out. A 16-inch, and then what else? A couple other ones?
We'll give out a couple 16-inch.
What are we doing? Name and reindeer? What's the contest here, Eric? What are we talking about?
Like we talked about earlier, right?
Yeah.
The best reindeer name anyone can come up with, and we'll judge it. And that person will win a spritzer.
And Glitzer is off the table. That's already taken.
I was about to say Glitzer. Is a good one, dude.
Glitzer, no, Joe.
You know Dasher and Glitzer. Yeah.
He leads Rudolph. Glitzer leads Rudolph.
That's funny.
What you got, Eric?
So yeah, whoever wants to.
Eric said Blitzen.
Blitzen.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? And Philip's got Blitzen too. You know, we got a bunch of people talking about Blitzen. You know, so that's a popular one.
The two.
The Glitzer is going to be the hot product this year.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great. I think it just gives you more options. Something that we're going to be able to come in, to a really good price. I mean, really good. I mean, we've had people come out and said, maybe what do we think the price point is going to be? I've had anywhere from $5 to $10. It's not that, it's much less. But till we redefine that and share that, with Michael, Joey, and Ron, we'll be back to everyone soon with what that pricing is actually going to look like. So be patient.
I heard the price yesterday.
Should be soon.
I heard the price yesterday.
Don't share it. It might be different today.
No, what I'm saying is I heard the price yesterday, and Scott said something along the lines of, I didn't price it like I want to sell 100,000. I priced it like I want to sell millions of them. So guys, we are not collecting them. I want to sell them. I think I can retire on this product. I think it's that great. I believe in it, and it's priced to sell millions. So definitely stay tuned on that one.
Yeah, it definitely will be a game changer. But the fact that we also have that in the RGBWW just makes it even more exciting. I mean, Scott and I talked about it even over the last decade. We've created a lot of great products. You can see some of them behind me, but I don't think we've had this much excitement around a product until we introduced the Glitzer. So look for more information on that. We'll probably have some sample things coming in towards the end of the month, early part of next month. So yeah, stay tuned to that, and probably have some additional things coming on Kingdom Radio.
Let's get to the giveaway. Let's get to the giveaway.
Yeah, let's get it. What do we got? I'm not seeing the comments.
Okay, well, let's get some comments in there, guys. Let's hear the question. What's the question? What is the question for the I will show the comments. Let's get a question first.
Oh, the Turkson. I love that, Eric. That's awesome. The Turkson.
Oh, you hit the comments?
They looked at it and they're like, it's not about the best name. It's targeting who I'm speaking to.
Yeah.
That's what's going to win.
Yeah. They're cheating.
Yeah,
Joey's on
point. Joey's on point there. Okay, so we've got my beard is getting gray. That is true, Eric. Thank you. You probably moved down the list now after saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of hurts you there, buddy.
The most gray. His wife is listening. Come on,
he's competing with Ron. Yeah, Joey's is like dark. Like Joey's got no gray coming in there, no peaky in the gray.
I know. We're gonna have just for men in the house, next. So the next contest.
I think it all starts with Michael, then up to Joey, over to you, Ron, and then ends with me with the most gray, right?
I've tried my whole life to get something on there.
We got a little something going, right?
I like how Zuzack's got it nice and cleaned up.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. You got to show off your tats, bro. You can't have the beard in the way.
So let's go with. So we've got. I think a couple people came in on Blitzen. I don't know if we had anybody else other than those two. Are you seeing anything on the?
No, but let's ask a question and let's see what kind of response we have. We have 18 people on it. Let's go.
Ron, do you want to ask the question that Laura asked me when I beat you in trivia back in?
That's a sore subject, bro. I'd like to ask it. No, let's move on to something else. That, that bullshit when you jumped in ahead of time for the question. I don't want to get into that.
Oh, too funny. Too funny. All right, Ron, let's do a Christmas question for the
Christmas question. Let's do it.
All right. Give us one. I got nothing right now.
You have nothing right now.
All I brought was the glitzer. That's all I got today.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's go with what state is this is going to be the first person who answers. What state is Holodynamics located in? Who do we got here? What state is Holodynamics located? Let's see what we got here. Comments.
Okay, coming in.
Damn, Philip got him. Don Harbor came. It was a close finish.
Wow,
Don.
that was all three.
There's got to be something for. Oh wait.
I got it. Philip got Nebraska. Don came in at Nebraska, and man, it's something with your typing skills. Eric kind of cheated because he just went with the abbreviation NE, but he definitely got it. We're giving all three of them something, right, Eric? Or are we just giving? Yes. We'll send everybody a spritzer. Everybody gets a spritzer.
Yeah, it's like Oprah. Everyone gets. You get a spritzer. You get a spritzer.
But they are going to be red and white for Huskers. So I hope you guys love the Huskers. I gotta have something in the comments around that says "Go Huskers."
Okay,
kind of make me happy.
We got we got Nebraska over here. We got Dodd Harbor with Nebraska. But no, those red and white ones are really cool because if you put them in a flower vase and you put just a few little add-ons in there and you put it upside down in a flower vase, it really does look like a lit bouquet, like a flower bouquet. It really looks cool. It's a great idea for Valentine's Day. If you want to tell your woman, hey, I love you, but not just as long as these flowers last like 2-3 days. I love you like at least for a couple years. It's a 3-year warranty on the Holodynamics website. I love you at least for 3 more years. Then definitely that'd be a great idea to put on the tabletop. And speaking of love,
Ron, what the hell's going on in the comments? Let's go Huskies. Let's go Cowboys.
I got a let's go Cowboys.
What are you doing here?
Poor Don. He done missed the whole damn game when they got
went rogue here. What the hell?
He missed the whole game with the Green Bay Packers, I guess. But we got go Huskies. He got go Huskies. Yeah. Don definitely gets something there.
They're the Huskers, Ron, not the Huskies.
Oh damn, he doesn't get anything for Huskies.
Nothing.
They went to the national championship, right? The Huskies.
Yeah, and lost. Yep.
They made it to Houston though.
Let's go Rangers. Okay, I see where he's going with this.
Yeah. He's just talking smack right now. It's not. We're not going to put these. But yeah, the Rangers did win. That's for sure.
Can we delete those comments at all, Ron?
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I'll get around to deleting them. But we definitely have to give old Don Harbor a spritzer.
Yeah. Yep.
And a few more. But yeah, I mean, they're great for Valentine's Day. There's great for Valentine's Day, and I was going to say something else and just kind of slipped my mind.
Where are these guys going, Ron? Eric now has a 2024 AFC Championship game. Bills, Texans.
Okay, so Eric wants to know what's your prediction of the AFC Championship game. We have the we have the Chiefs, and we have the Ravens.
Yeah.
Who do you got on the Chiefs and Ravens?
Woo.
Chiefs always make it.
I like the Chiefs. I like the story. I like the storyline still.
What story?
Well, it's always a story.
Taylor Swift story?
You got the Swifties. You got Kelsey now is finally producing when it counts. Had 2 touchdowns last week. I'm going with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are destined to the Super Bowl. That's my pick.
Well, I mean, the Chiefs, they're always destined for the Super Bowl. But, I think, thinking they're going to beat the Ravens. The Ravens look good this year. I think this is the Ravens' year. And Don Harbour also agrees with that one. But we had Lindsay on, right, Zuzack? We had Lindsay on from Lindsay Lights from Detroit. And Detroit, I think that's America's favorite team now, more than the Cowboys. I think all of America likes the Cinderella story with the Detroit Lions.
Careful.
The Detroit Lions are playing the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
And that's going to be another good game. Which one is tomorrow? Is it AFC or NFC tomorrow?
No, they're both on Sunday.
Yeah.
They're both on Sunday?
They're both
So we're off tomorrow? All right, good. Yeah.
Who
So,
do you
both
like
of those
there,
games.
Ron? Ron, who do you like in the Chiefs?
You know
Chiefs
what?
first.
The Baltimore Ravens, they have that best quarterback, Lamar Jackson, but, you're one of those guys where you get the MVP of the best person in the league, but you get in the playoffs and you can't make it to the Super Bowl. It's like, how are you the MVP when you can't make it to the show? You're just giving out awards that mean nothing. I think this is the year that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens actually make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win that one, but, crossing one stone off at a time. I like them against the Chiefs this week. The other game, the 49ers, it's going to depend on if Debo is playing. But if Debo is playing, I think they're going to win. But, the Detroit Lions has every opportunity. They have the best team. It's going to be a great game. And I would like to see the Lions and the Ravens, but it just feels weird even saying that, that those two teams will be in the Super Bowl. But it's very likely to happen. Yeah. So I
got
like those
Lions and the Chiefs, my prediction.
Lions and the Chiefs.
Not a lock, Ron. It's not a lock.
What you got, Zuzack?
It is the Chiefs.
You know what? I'm going with the conspiracy theory. Baltimore and 49ers.
It's already spelled out.
With the colors of the logo?
Yeah.
I knew you were watching that conspiracy theory, yeah. I forget who did it. It was on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
What you got, Murph?
I would say Lions and Chiefs, but honestly, I just want to see some good games. I don't want blowouts or anything like that. Let's get some good games going. Yeah. They're back to back, and then I'd like to see Lions and Chiefs just dish it out.
I like it, Joey. I like it.
I like to see Detroit win a Super Bowl. I would.
All right. So how do they get your information so you can give them the spritzers? Reach out to someone here, email something.
Yeah, they can just send me if they want to just send a message through Facebook.
Just send one and say, hey man, you remember you did that contest? You owe me. I want it now.
Yep.
And you'll
we
send
got
it out.
Don, we got Philip, and we got EJ from Florida.
Yeah. And Don's definitely pointing out the Eminem versus Swift situation. I've definitely been seeing a lot of that.
Hey, that is.
And Eric Johansson said, mailing it is not going to work for him. He wants you to hand deliver this.
Yes. And I will be in Orlando next week. My daughter's competing at nationals for dance team. So I
Sounds
will
like
be
you have
in
an
Orlando,
appointment already.
I can hand deliver. Yes, I will.
And my friends, that's all the time we have. I appreciate you, Joey. I know you have. He's sitting there taking care of the kids. Zuzack, I know your watch, that big ass watch you have, is like going off left and right. And Eric, I know you're working trying to close some deals, but you took some time out of your day to come on with us. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Hopefully we can do it soon. But until then, my friends, rock and roll, man. We'll catch you next time.
Have a great night.
Rockefeller, y'all. Small C.
Add a couple of dollar signs to my name.
Rockefeller, y'all.